Imagine this for a moment. Somewhere in your kitchen, sitting quietly on a shelf, in a fridge, or maybe hidden inside a spice jar you barely open, there could be foods that humans have trusted for thousands of years to survive plagues, long winters, wars, and unknown diseases. Long before hospitals, vaccines, or supplements, people relied on what they could eat to stay alive. And here's the surprising part. Modern science is slowly proving that many of those ancient food beliefs were not myths at all. Today, we're surrounded by confusion, superfood trends, viral diet hacks, immunity shots, and expensive pills promising miracles. But the truth is far simpler and far more fascinating. Your immune system is not a switch you turn on overnight. It's a living army that responds every single day to what you eat. And in this video, we're going on a global journey through 100 natural foods that quietly strengthen your immunity, foods your grandparents trusted, foods scientists now study, and foods you might already love without knowing their hidden power. Let's start with citrus fruits, because almost everyone knows the story of sailors and scurvy. Oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, and tangerines were once lifesavers on long sea voyages. Vitamin C became famous for a reason. It helps immune cells move faster and work smarter. But here's a lesser-known fact. Vitamin C doesn't stay stored in your body. That means you need it regularly, not just when you're sick. Alongside citrus, strawberries, kiwis, papaya, pineapple, and guava often beat oranges in vitamin C content. In many cultures, guava leaves were boiled into tea during flu season, long before labs confirmed their antibacterial properties. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that helps reduce inflammation, while papaya supports digestion, which is closely linked to immune health. Then there are vegetables that people underestimated for years. Garlic is a perfect example. Ancient Egyptians fed garlic to workers building the pyramids, believing it gave strength and protection. Today, we know garlic contains allicin, a compound that helps fight bacteria and viruses. Onions, cousins of garlic, were once hung in homes during outbreaks because people believed they absorbed sickness from the air. While that belief wasn't scientifically accurate, onions do contain quercetin, which helps reduce inflammation and supports immune response. Ginger, used for centuries in Asian and Middle Eastern medicine, helps with nausea, sore throats, and immune signaling. Turmeric, with its bright yellow color, contains curcumin, a compound studied for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Black pepper, often overlooked, actually helps your body absorb curcumin better, which is why traditional recipes paired them together long before science explained why. Leafy greens tell another fascinating story. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and arugula are loaded with vitamins A, C, and E, plus antioxidants that protect immune cells from damage. In medieval Europe, dark greens were called blood cleaners, a poetic way of describing detoxification. Modern research shows that these greens support gut bacteria, and since about 70% of your immune system lives in your gut, that ancient intuition was surprisingly close to the truth. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts, often disliked by children, are actually immune champions. They contain sulforaphane, which activates protective genes in your cells. Cabbage, fermented into sauerkraut or kimchi, becomes even more powerful by adding probiotics into the mix. Fermented foods deserve their own spotlight. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, tempeh, and fermented pickles introduce beneficial bacteria into your gut. Long before microscopes existed, people noticed that fermented foods helped digestion and prevented illness. In Eastern Europe, kefir was called the drink of longevity. In Korea, kimchi became a daily shield during cold winters. These foods help train your immune system, teaching it what's harmful and what's harmless. A well-trained immune system reacts faster and more accurately, reducing the risk of chronic inflammation. Now let's talk about nuts and seeds, which ancient travelers carried for survival. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that supports immune function. Walnuts resemble the human brain, and while that resemblance led to old symbolic beliefs, modern science shows they contain omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, and sesame seeds provide zinc, selenium, and healthy fats. Zinc is especially important. It helps immune cells develop and communicate. Even a mild deficiency can weaken your defenses. Legumes and whole grains also play a quiet but crucial role. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, and peas provide plant-based protein and fiber that feed gut bacteria. Oats, brown rice, quinoa, barley, and whole wheat were once staples because they kept people full and strong. Today, we know they help stabilize blood sugar and support immune balance. Quinoa, once sacred to the Incas, contains all essential amino acids, making it a complete protein for immune repair. Animal-based foods, when consumed wisely, also contribute. Eggs were symbolized as life and rebirth in many cultures, and for good reason. They contain vitamin D, zinc, and protein. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, mackerel, and tuna provide omega-3 fatty acids that help regulate immune responses. Cod liver oil was once given to children to prevent illness long before vitamin D was identified. Chicken soup, often joked about as a placebo, actually helps reduce inflammation and congestion, and the warm broth supports hydration and nutrient absorption. Fruits continue to surprise us. Apples, often linked to the saying about doctors, contain pectin, a fiber that feeds good gut bacteria. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and cranberries are rich in antioxidants that protect immune cells from oxidative stress. In Native American traditions, cranberries were used to prevent infections, a practice later supported by science. Grapes contain resveratrol, studied for its antiviral properties. Pomegranates were symbols of immortality in ancient myths, and modern studies show they support heart and immune health. Herbs and spices turn ordinary meals into immune tools. Cinnamon was once more valuable than gold and used in preservation. Oregano contains compounds that fight microbes. Thyme, rosemary, basil, sage, and mint were used in rituals and remedies, and now we know they contain antimicrobial oils. Cloves were used for pain relief and infection control. Cardamom, cumin, coriander, fennel, and fenugreek support digestion and immune balance. Even chili peppers, feared by some, contain capsaicin, which boosts circulation and immune signaling. Sweeteners and natural treats matter too. Honey was used to heal wounds in ancient times, and raw honey still contains antibacterial properties. Dark chocolate, especially with high cocoa content, contains antioxidants that support immune health when eaten in moderation. Dates, figs, raisins, and apricots provide minerals and energy, especially valued in desert cultures for sustaining strength. Hydration and beverages play a role many people forget. Green tea contains catechins that support immune defense. Black tea, herbal teas, chamomile, echinacea, and elderberry teas have long histories in cold and flu prevention. Bone broth, miso soup, and vegetable soups provide minerals and comfort, which psychologically also supports healing. Even coffee, in moderation, contains antioxidants that contribute to immune protection. Let's not forget mushrooms, often mysterious in folklore. Shiitake, maitake, reishi, and button mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds known to activate immune cells. In traditional Asian medicine, mushrooms were symbols of longevity and resilience. Sea vegetables like seaweed, nori, kelp, and wakame provide iodine and minerals that support immune hormones. Finally, there are foods that work indirectly. Olive oil, a staple of Mediterranean culture, reduces inflammation. Avocados provide healthy fats and vitamins. Coconut oil, used traditionally in tropical regions, contains lauric acid, which has antimicrobial effects. Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, support immune resilience. Bell peppers actually contain more vitamin C than oranges. Sweet potatoes and carrots provide beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, essential for immune barriers like skin and mucous membranes. When you step back and look at these 100 foods together, a powerful truth appears. Immunity isn't built from one magic ingredient or a trendy supplement. It's built from variety, balance, tradition, and consistency. Our ancestors didn't know the words antioxidants or probiotics, but they observed patterns. They noticed who stayed healthy, what foods lasted through winters, and what meals brought strength during hard times. Modern science is simply translating that ancient wisdom into lab results and studies. So the next time someone tells you immunity comes from a single pill or a quick fix, remember this story. Remember the sailors saved by citrus, the villagers protected by fermented foods, the healers using herbs, and the families passing down recipes that quietly built resilience generation after generation. Your immune system listens to you every day, one meal at a time. That if you found this journey through food, history, and science helpful, take a moment to support the channel. Like the video so more people can discover these natural immunity boosters, share your favorite immune-boosting food in the comments, and subscribe for more deep, fascinating stories that connect everyday life with powerful knowledge. Your next meal might just be doing more for you than you ever imagined.